Hey, I was just editing this video and I realized that me and Sif sounded like really close and giggly, and I just want to clarify that we are not friends. I met her a few days prior to the interview and I don't really know her well enough to be friends. So just know that I wasn't biased towards her in any way. I actually didn't agree with a few things that she said at all, but it might be hard to tell because I was kind of nervous. So, I'll let you watch the video. Peace. Um, okay, so my first question is that I'm sure a lot of people have is that, by the way, this is mostly focused on that one, like, 12-second video you made.
Yeah.
um,
Ugh, cringe.
it's okay. Um, that people were assuming that it might have been like a publicity stunt because it was posted and then taken down so fast. Do you have any
No, it wasn't a
inquiries?
publicity stunt. It was because me and my friends would joke about saying the N-word and how people are really offended about it these days, and we did it as a joke because we thought it would be funny to piss off the whole Star Stable community.
Ah.
But looking back at it, it was a really childish decision, and I realized that I shouldn't have done it because there are lots of people who grow up in places where they're constantly being like harassed with racism and being called the N-word, like not as a joke, but just to be mean. And like
Right.
if I was raised like that, I would probably be pissed if someone in the Star Stable community started making a joke out of it. So I understand now and I've grown past it and I don't ever want to do it again.
Did you how long did it take you before you recognized that, oh, this was probably a mistake?
Honestly, like not long after I did it, it took me a few weeks. When I deleted my channel, that was when I realized that I had made a mistake and I left
Oh,
for a little
yeah.
while just to like really think about how I was going to make up for it. And I didn't want to hurt anyone by coming back right away. So
Right.
I wanted to like just take some time to, you know, like figure out what I was going to do to make things right. And then I made a new channel. I deleted everything. I changed all my social medias and everything and just got
Oh.
rid of my old stuff because I feel like in the past I've said some offensive things too. Nobody needs to see that crap, so I got rid of it.
So that
And
channel is brand new. You like trashed everything and remade it?
yeah, I made my new channel
Oh.
SIF so I could move on.
I didn't even notice
And
that. I thought it was just like you cleared everything out or something.
no, like I came back. I made an apology video and I just wanted to make things right. And
um,
I've been letting people just tell me their feelings. Like people will email me and they'll be saying like, "Hey, this really affected me in this way." And
really?
I'll be like, "I'm sorry that that happened. I'm sorry that I affected you that way and I wish I had never done it." You know? And
Yeah.
I find myself saying that a lot these days, just apologizing.
Well, yeah,
But
it was a pretty big deal.
I
Um,
stand by my apology. I'm not gonna ever like stop apologizing until everybody feels that maybe I've um made them feel better or I
right.
don't know.
Well,
Like nobody has to forgive me, but I do want forgiveness, you know?
right. Yeah, that's understandable, and it's not exactly all about apology as much as it is action and awareness and all that good stuff, which that just simply takes time. There's not much you
Yeah.
can do. Um,
I've also been just every time I post a video about the whole thing, I'll link the the collective link so that people can donate, sign petitions for Black Lives Matter and things because
that's
that is a
good.
cause I've grown to care about in the time that all of this crazy racism stuff has been happening and has been really blowing up. I
Yeah.
didn't even realize how bad racism was until all this stuff started blowing up, and I made my video like way before it started blowing up. And if it had blown up before I made my video, I would have never made it.
Oh,
because
well,
I didn't
racism
know that
has
it was
been
still
like
so serious, you know?
always very serious, actually.
That's not an excuse, but that is like one of the things
Yeah.
that made me realize I was wrong.
You just started like noticing more,
Yeah, like on Twitter, all the hashtags were blowing up
right?
and I was researching through it.
Um, okay, so that's a good question. Did you notice like lately the impact on the Star Stable community specifically? Because there's my friend keeps sending me screenshots of this person who keeps making new accounts and just spamming the N word in global, saying white people should die,
Yeah, that's
and
really disgusting.
it
Every
is,
time I
yeah.
see that, I will be in global like telling them to stop. And if they don't stop, then I'm just like everyone ignore this person.
Yeah, the best thing you can do is put them on ignore and report them.
If someone ever offends you, don't watch their content, don't acknowledge them, block them, report them. Report them if they're saying hateful things.
Right, yeah,
For
ignoring
sure.
people and not devoting your attention to them is probably the strongest thing you could ever do, um, to dial them down or whatever.
Yeah, in most cases, like yelling at them to stop is only going to make them
That is
worse.
totally gonna fuel
So
them.
if they don't listen to you the first time that you say stop, then just ignore them and block them and
Right.
report them.
Um, I have. So, like, what exactly compelled you to make the video Star Stable? Like, why did. why did Star Stable, like, involved in the video? Because you could have made it, like,
Because
almost
I'm an idiot and I
infinitely
wanted to piss off the Star Stable community. Because I knew that
specifically.
everyone, I know that everybody in the Star Stable community is very like, social justice-y.
Yeah, they're not the
So I was
greatest.
like, well, this would make everyone mad, and I thought it would be funny at the time, but that's an immature joke that I made, and once again, I'm sorry for it, and I
Right.
wish I'd never done it.
Okay, so you said, I remember, like, shortly after you started taking down videos and stuff and were starting to, like, plan on remaking your channel, you said that you were going to, like, leave Star Stable and there's, like, plenty of other games to play, but then you came back. Is there a specific reason, or?
Well, at that time, I hadn't realized that I made a mistake. I thought like, oh, I'm just making a
Yeah.
joke. People are being too triggered, that was my mindset at the time. And I'm like, this community is toxic. And like, I was acting like they had no reason to hate me, but they did, you
Ah,
know?
I see.
So
Okay.
my thinking has changed since then, and that's why I came back so I could right my wrongs.
I see. Okay.
And also, I love this game. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I have over like 170, 80 horses now.
Seriously? Hang on, I'm
And I
gonna
train
expect
every
you.
single one, so I'm like addicted to this game. I can't just like leave. I have to review the updates and complain.
Oh yeah, this is a good question.
Yeah,
So I don't want to drag your boyfriend into this, and you don't have to answer if
it's
that's.
okay.
I'm
He's
just
he's chill.
curious. Yeah, if your boy like okay, I can't speak. Relating to like absolutely every all accusations and all that stuff. Was your boyfriend aware and
Yes.
supportive?
Yes, he was aware and he knew that all of the accusations were flawed and they were wrong. And
Right.
he defended me on some of the accusations at the time. I didn't ask him to, but he wanted to. And um
Interesting.
it's been it's been difficult because my depression and anxiety has risen since then, and he's been having to support me, but he's always good at giving me encouragement and holding me, helping me remember who I am.
That's really
So
nice.
he is just my other half, basically.
Aww. Um, so yeah, I take it that like all this stuff and the like the threats, like I saw death threats is probably really impacted your mental health.
Yeah,
It's
people telling me to jump off a cliff.
that's so like that is also way over the bar. That's
Trust me,
not
guys, I jump
right.
off cliffs all the time in Star Stable.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're doing okay then in that sense. And, therapy is always there and I personally went
Yeah,
to
I've been doing
therapy.
therapy and it's been helping a lot.
That's wonderful.
it's
I'm
also
happy.
helped me realize, like, to be okay with what happened and to make sure that I don't ever make the same mistakes because I knew who I am. I know who I am.
Right.
I know I'm not a gross person. I'm a person who just wants to
Absolutely
help
not.
others and be around animals and
Right.
talk
You're
about
not
my
a
favorite games.
monster. Like, you're a person just like everyone else, and everyone
For a
makes
long time, I
mistakes.
believed that I was a monster, and sometimes I still do. I'll look in
Dude,
the mirror and just be disgusted.
oh, I'm so sorry. I've been in the same position where it's, I just seriously hated myself, and I used to have really severe depression, and I was diagnosed with PTSD. So yeah, it is rough, but it does get better. It does get better. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Um,
My therapist said that I might have some PTSD because of everything that had happened, like, especially
right.
towards jokes about pedophilia and things.
Yeah, I
Those
was
sorts
just
of
about to
things can make me have attacks.
ask about that. Like, so, um, personally, I was a victim of someone who knew I was underage and also did similar things. Um, Several times, a few times. So, like, do you think. I don't think you're a pedophile, first of all.
No,
Absolutely
I'm
not.
not.
Do you think
I'm
it.
attracted to older, buff men.
Do you think that you were just doing that to, like, to make people happy? Is that really what?
Well, okay, so the only thing that really happened was I had a friend who was a minor,
Mm-hmm.
and I was 21, she was 13. We were very close to the point she told me everything, and I wanted to be there for her like an older sister. But sometimes she would feel really lonely, and she just wanted someone who would like help her get it out of her system, you know? And like she was into furries, she was into roleplay and stuff,
Oh,
and she just wanted someone to have be a roleplay buddy for her. We made some fake characters to roleplay. Both of them were 18 in their roleplay, by the way. Like we were not interested in child porn or any gross shit like that. We just wanted to like I just wanted to help her get all of that out of her system because I felt so awful for her. She was in a really
right.
bad situation with her family. She was depressed. She also was having like panic attacks and things.
Do you
So,
do you think it's a little odd to have been 21 and friends with someone who's 13?
oh yeah, like when I met her, I was super weirded out from how big our age gap was, like 8 years. That's a lot, and it made
Right.
me feel weird, but she was really mature at the time for her age, and which was surprising to me because usually 13-year-olds are like retarded, but she was really like smart and, articulated. She cared a lot about writing and stuff. She had
Right.
good writing skills.
Well,
She
that's a common.
she
Exactly, that's how I was when I was 13. So these people, like, they still proceeded with these things that were
yeah.
completely inappropriate. And looking back and thinking about those people makes me want to have a breakdown. Like, at the time, my mom was really mad at them and me, as she should have been, but I was so, like, rebellious, so I just kept doing it anyway, and that tore, like, a really deep scar in trust between me and my mom to this day. um
Yeah, that's messed up.
I know, right? So
No,
yeah,
I care
like,
very much about protecting children. It's probably one of the things I care about the most because I have a niece and nephew who are currently using the internet and they're very young. Luckily, my sister, the mom, is really good at protecting them.
that's
She
good.
only lets them use an iPad with child-friendly apps and things. So they're
Oh
very well
no.
protected, and I'm
Yeah.
happy about that because they're so precious to me. And if anything ever happened to me when I was a kid, I would have been like, I don't even know how it feels to be like attacked by an adult. Like it just the idea scares
Right.
me.
Yeah, it is. It's a scary thing, especially just knowing that those people exist. Um,
But another one of my thought processes was I used to play a game called Feral Heart when I was 13. A lot of people on there would role play with complete strangers just for fun to get
right.
their
Yo, who
feet.
remembers Feral Heart, dude? That game is so old. I loved Feral Heart too. yet.
Yeah, I used to roleplay on there all the time, and I found this one person who he said he was 27, and I lied and I said I was 16 and that I was legal in my state because I wanted to roleplay with him. And I
Oh,
just remember like we had a really fun roleplay and stuff, and it was sexual. I shouldn't have done it, but looking
right,
back at
but
it,
like at
I
that age, you don't
remember.
really know any better. You don't realize what your future self might think about that.
Well, looking back at it, I don't see anything wrong with it still because I was just role playing because I wanted to, and I could leave at any time. I could block him at any time. I was completely safe. I wasn't giving out any personal information.
So you
And
weren't like weirded out because that guy was like
no, I
27?
didn't care. I just wanted to role play with someone who was good at
Oh,
role playing because most people my own age sucked at it.
I
And I just
see.
wanted someone who was older to role play with. So that's why I understood so much why she wanted to just role play with me. But it was more as like we see each other as friends, but like we just wanted to role play like some
Hmm.
wolf furries, you know? I don't know. It's like it's a normalized thing with the furry community, sadly. It's like very normalized. And that's why
Yeah,
it was kind of like screwed up in my brain for a while. But I've changed since then and I'm very against it
that's good
now.
to hear.
I don't think any of what I did in the past is okay or justifiable now.
That's
So I
great.
would never do it again.
Yeah, I don't know much about the furry community. I don't have anything against
Furries
them.
just freaking roleplay with whoever they want and do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Like, that's just the community I grew up in. I was a teenager in the furry community, seeing all these things, and I was so used to it. I was desensitized.
interesting.
But all me and that girl did was we just made our characters make out. We did not make them fuck. Like, that would have grossed me
I
out
mean,
because
still like that's pretty.
I know, but like, when you're a teenager, you're kissing shit anyways. To be honest, it doesn't really seem like something to freak out about. And although I know it was wrong, I would never like push further because that made me uncomfortable to think about. And I didn't
Right.
I didn't want to push further than just like our characters making out because that was all that was like comfortable in my opinion.
Right. So,
Even that was kind of weird to me. I don't really know.
yeah, like well, if that was me, I would have just like cut it off cuz that's a little.
Yeah, I would now, but back then I was like an
Oh,
idiot.
right. Okay. I see what you're saying.
But at least I didn't like, do the scissoring. No. Gross.
Um, so I remember you referenced like iDubbbz, and that was a good point because he did use that word, but that was like 3 to 4 years ago, and he doesn't do that anymore. He actually took down a lot of videos that were related to that because, and he stopped doing content cop because it was essentially just like making fun of people. Did you know that those videos were that old, or did you like forget that?
To be honest, I never really cared how old the videos were. I still felt like the points were important.
Right.
I still felt like, just because one race is a certain way, just because one race used to be like slave owners and the other race used to be slaves, doesn't mean that that's what we are today. And I thought that like everyone should just be equal, everyone should just say the same things or not say certain words at all. Like, but the fact that people in the black community will still use the word just to shove it in our face is it it always felt to me kind of just stupid and pointless.
Mm,
Why say a word that you hate so much?
yeah,
Because it's just making the word continue to be said. So I'm
it
like,
is. It's
at
pretty
that
fucked
point, I
up
was annoyed by it.
that.
That's why I made that video. But
Yeah, I see. It is pretty fucked up that this one word is held at this very high standard and is super important because plenty of other races were also slaves. You know.
yeah, like there was Irish slaves, there was like tons of white slaves throughout history. Throughout white
Right.
history, like we've always had slaves. That's how
Yeah,
we did business.
and
If it wasn't black people, it would have been some other race. So they're not special. They just happened to sell their own people into slavery. Or I think it was a black tribe had gotten control over another black tribe, and so their they sold people from that tribe to America so that they could make money.
yeah, I feel like it's just because these other races that also were held at slavery and abused and tortured just like that didn't really
It's a
have
horrible thing
this.
that happened, but
Right,
it's not
they didn't
happening
really
anymore.
have this like breakthrough notion, you know? It was kind of like
Yeah.
kept quiet. It wasn't exactly as announced as um like African American abuse. It was,
Mhm.
I don't know, the whole concept is really whack, but
Yeah.
it still exists.
The whole history of slavery is awful, and I just wish we could forget it and move on.
Yeah, me
I wish that
too,
people
but
would just treat each other equal, and I wish police wouldn't be racist, and I wish black people wouldn't just hate all white people.
yeah,
Like, there's a lot
maybe
of people I see on Twitter who are just like, all white people are racist, and it's like, that's just not true.
yeah, there is a
Because
such thing as black supremacy, which is
many
also very
white people
fucked
are
up.
allies, and it's just rude for people to say things like that.
Yeah, maybe in a few millennia we'll get there.
I hope so. I hope it happens before I die. Jesus.
Oh, I doubt that, but maybe your great 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 grandchildren will
I'm not
experience.
having kids. Screw children. I'm just gonna
Me
have
neither,
horses.
dude. I was about to say.
I've already got nieces and nephews. I'm just gonna let them ride my horses someday.
Aw.
I'll train them to ride.
So if you knew, like, knowing the response that you have now where these people got really upset and you could reverse time, would you have still posted that video?
No, I would have not posted it, obviously. Otherwise, why would I have apologized?
Exactly. Okay.
But then again, maybe if I had never made the video, maybe I wouldn't have learned such an important lesson. So I don't know. Like, it's kind of a like I gained something out of it. I gained knowledge from doing it, but at the same time, it's like
At what
it was wrong
cost?
to do, and
Yeah.
I wish that I wouldn't have done it. I don't
Yeah.
know. And also, I got suspended from Star Stable for 30 days, and that was a bummer. Oh my god.
That's
I
really?
couldn't even get on and train my horses.
I'm kind of surprised cuz like I was expecting them to ban that account or maybe your IP forever.
I'm glad they didn't because I spent too much money on this game. I don't think they would ever do that because I give them so much money. They're such greedy
Wow.
people. They're like, oh my god, this person gives us a lot of money. We can't ban them forever.
That's
Let's
kind
just do
of
30 days.
fucked cuz
I
I
learned my lesson
remember
after 30 days. Don't worry, everyone.
I remember I got a ban from Star Stable for a whole year because I was using Cheat Engine on this really like crappy indie game that was like way old, and
Yeah.
I was like practicing with it, I think, and it was still open in the background and I had no clue. And then I started playing Star Stable and I got banned, and then I had to do some emails and they lifted the ban, thankfully. But that was a whole year just for having Cheat Engine open. And the idea that you know, made this huge error and it was only 30 days.
Well, to be honest, just saying a word in it of itself is not enough to get someone banned. You have to like commit an act, you know? Like if I went up to a black person in Star Stable and I'm like, "You're a," and I said the word, then I would expect to be banned forever. Or like, you know.
Right,
But
but
I was
you,
calling my horse the N-word and I was calling
yeah,
him a
you did
cute.
involve like Star
I was
Stable
I
in
was
it.
complimenting my horse. I wasn't even
Well,
being mean.
I don't think that word could ever be used as a compliment.
Well, I don't know. In the black community, it is, you know.
Right, but we're not in the black community. That's
No, we're not, but I still wasn't mean about it. I don't know.
okay. Well, um,
I'm glad that you wanted to do this because I feel like it's good to talk to people about these things and spread
right. I was
awareness.
just really like when you posted that video and I watched it, I was shocked first, and then I like thought about it more, and I was just really curious about your thought process, and I'm like, I want to get in her mind and know what she was thinking, because it was so wild. Oh, okay, this one might be a little weird to ask, but there was like a, like a provocative dancing video of you.
Okay, I can explain all of that.
Yeah, because I have like
I
no
explained it on my
clue.
Instagram, but I'll just tell you what I put on my Instagram. Where's my phone? Be right back.
Okay. I'm not up to date with the drama. I'm a little behind.
So I never sent the video specifically to an underage child. That is disgusting. That is putrid. That is gross. It was never meant to be sexual in the first place. The video of me was posted publicly online to an old self-acceptance Instagram I made anonymously in order to vent about my depression, anxiety, and my eating disorder. The post was never meant to, as a means for sexualizing myself. It was actually made for self-acceptance and memeing, based off what another girl um does on her Instagram, my underscore life underscore without underscore Anna. And she made that Instagram in order to help herself get over her weight gain while recovering from anorexia and also to encourage other people to do the same. Where you play with your belly fat in order to help yourself get over the fact that you have rolls and chub and not hate yourself for it. I sent it in a group via link from the public page where my friends were. All of us at the time were complaining about our weight, so I thought so I sent it as to sort of say, hey, you can't possibly be as fat as me, as a form of self-deprecation, as a joke. The fact that people are turning it into some dirty lie about me that I would try to expose a child to that is disgusting, and it truly ruins the good I was trying to do for myself. It makes my self-image completely deplete. Yes, I was wearing a bra, but it was a workout bra, and there were never any privates exposed. I truly would never show my body online again after this whole thing.
I'm sorry
If
about
anything,
that.
this whole thing has made my body image worse. The girl trying to expose me for that was someone who cheated on my friend. I told my friend, of course, and she wanted revenge on me for telling my friend that she cheated on her. So of course she spreads this disgusting lie about me because she can't find anything else on me. If I truly wanted to be sexual to someone, don't you think I would have avoided playing with my fucking belly fat? Just saying. Like, wouldn't have I showed my boobs or ass or something? Ugh, just I can't. Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry
that
that
whole thing made me
happened.
so mad.
Yeah, I wanted to ask because with like everything that's happened and all these people that are calling you out and stuff, just to be enraged, like there's people out there, especially in the Star Stable community, that are just going to pick and choose at these things just to be mad because they want to be mad and they don't really care. They just want to be
They don't care
angry.
about what I'm going through or my feelings on things. They just
Exactly.
want to spread lies about me because they like the tea. And look, this is my life. This is who I am. Like, I
Yeah,
who I am online, and to spread false things about my image just because you hate me or hate my videos is childish, and it doesn't help anything. If you have criticisms about me, say it to my face. Tell me what you hate about me. Just say it out loud and quit spreading rumors without having any evidence on like where the sources come from, you
right.
know?
Yeah, because, rumors,
You're
false rumors don't do anyone any good, and I'm glad that you clarified that then, so you didn't actually send any provocative video at all to any underage.
No, why the hell would I send my
Yeah.
fucking belly fat as like a sexual? That's disgusting.
Yeah,
That's
I
like a
didn't
weird
really
fetish.
understand.
I'm not into that. No thanks.
Okay, well that makes me feel better. Oops.
Yeah, no, that makes me want to vomit. It makes me hate my fat even more. It's like
Oh, I'm sorry.
just upsetting, honestly.
Yeah, it really is. Just hearing about it makes me. I've been like blackmailed and flagged like that, and it's not fun at all.
Yeah, it just like and at the time that girl who was in the group chat with us, like she was the one who she was dating my friend and then, she cheated on her. So, and since I had sent that to her, she probably saved it and just like tried to get me in trouble for
That's the
it, which is
internet
so
for you.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like it was on a public Instagram page. I deleted the page now though because like obviously just being made into a whatever that is disgusted me and I didn't want my face or my body online anymore, so I deleted everything. I deleted all
Everyone.
my blogs at the same time I deleted my channel, so
I'm sorry. Yeah, everyone has a right to body positivity and all that good stuff. That makes me sad that people would take advantage of that. But then again, they were they kids? Were they like younger?
well, in the group chat, it was a group of friends. There was there was the friend that I had told you about that I role played with.
Right.
That was her girlfriend at the time. So, and then there was also two other people who were a little bit older. You got to keep in mind that when this was happening, I didn't know that there was an adult Star Stable community that I could join. I only knew about like I didn't really know about communities at all on Star Stable because this was a long time ago where I felt like it was hard to meet people my own age. So I would just kind of talk to random people in the game until I found people that were mature enough to talk to, and then like I would hang out with them, you know?
Right. I mean,
Being an older player, it's hard to find friends your own age.
exactly. I had no idea there's any adult Star Stable community until like a week ago.
Yeah, now I'm like in all these adult servers and I only talk to adults now. I don't have any friends who are
That's
young.
great.
I have one
Yeah.
17-year-old friend, but that's it.
The youngest person that I'm friends with is probably 16. So, you know, yeah, I try to stick around my age group for sure.
Yeah, same.
But I also don't want to be friends with people who are like 30. That's a
Yeah,
little too
I
far
feel
for
like
me.
well, I've met some 35-year-olds that play this game and sometimes they're a little bit like weird. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just don't relate with them. I've definitely met people on this game who are 100% dangerous for kids.
Yeah, me too. It freaks me out. Nowadays when I'm sitting in calls with people who are swearing and saying bad words, I'm just kind of like cringing because it reminds me of who I used to be.
See, and that's awful because some swear words that aren't relative to like race or anything like that, um, controversially, are fine to say because everyone says them.
I know, but like just joking because you think it's funny to say swear words, like it just reminds me of high school and it's it's just like okay,
Yeah,
come
there's a
on.
difference between
That's not
like
really a funny joke, just saying swear
yeah,
words and bad words just to be funny.
there's a difference between like cursing and then going like, "Hey, guess what? Fuck."
Yeah, like it's so childish.
That's dumb.
And
I
like
hate that so much.
there's some people who are like, hey, isn't it so funny to like lick butts? It's like that's just kind of gross to bring up in a horse game. Or I guess it makes you
I'm
laugh.
sorry. I would probably laugh at that because it's just so
Well, like
dumb.
they'll just say filthy things to get a rise out of people, and I'm not here for it. I think it's funny when people make jokes about like I really like humor that's more just what the heck.
What? What do you mean?
Like I'll send you an example.
Oh, okay.
Stock photo reaction.
In summary, you're not a monster. Oh my god, there's a truck. Shut up! I'm sorry.
I'm not a monster. I'm just a person who made dumb mistakes because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And I'm
Everyone
trying
makes
not to be an idiot
mistakes,
anymore.
and some of them are bigger than others. And, the learning experiences, the best ones are definitely from mistakes. I have learned
Yeah,
so
and
many
also
things from mistakes.
therapy does help with things. If you've made really messed up mistakes, talking about it with a therapist is like one of the best things you can do. And even if like you need medication to help you calm down, like therapists will help you with that stuff. So if
Right.
you're ever in a deadly situation like that, you need to get yourself help or have like a relative help you get help, you know?
Yeah, even if you're like against therapists and you just want to be mad at them, usually they're super cool with that. They're like, yeah, you can be mad at me and I'm going to help you because that's their job. They're there to help
Yeah,
you.
they're paid for that.
Yes, exactly.
You
And
pay them to let you bitch and complain.
yeah, like even though I hated my therapist, I scared a few of my therapists on purpose. And I stopped doing therapy for a little bit. Even just going and like listening to their point of view kind of helped me understand myself, and helped me really repair myself as a person.
Yas. That's so good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I'm happy for you too. I'm really glad that you took initiative and you're taking care of yourself because that's
Well,
what's most important.
a lot of my a lot of people who were critical with my content and stuff were sending me emails and they were like, "Hey, you know, I think the best thing for you to do is to get therapy and get help and really try to improve yourself. And I took that into consideration. I thought about it for a couple weeks and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it because I
That's
want to
great.
prove that I'm working on myself and I'm not just saying this.
Yeah, literally nothing bad can come out of therapy, only good things. Um,
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for coming on and clarifying these things for me and answering some questions.
of course, anytime. If you ever have anything you need to ask me about or talk to me about, let me know.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, I'm sorry if any of these were like repetitive.
No, it's fine. I'm kind of used to thinking about these things that happen to me, especially because of therapy. I've had to talk about these things anyways, so
Right.
it's really not like I've talked about these things to a lot of people many times, so I'm kind of used to having to explain the whole situation. So
Oh, totally.
this isn't really anything new for me.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, leave a like so I know, and leave a comment down below on anything that you might disagree or agree about this. Um, and ring the bell because I post very inconsistently. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye.